And it's very nice to have Caesars Entertainment as part of our sponsors here at the Big M. There are a few more. The BMI Federal Credit Union, of course, Big D's Tack and Supply for all your equine needs. The Hickory Lane Horse Farm in Findlay, Ohio. And the OHHA, the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association. You can listen to their live broadcast on Facebook today, as well as Joe McLeod and Billy Walters of the Sugar Valley Farm. Visit them at sugarvalleyfarmsstallions.com. Little Twitter message here from Patrick Sunderhouse. Put my glasses on to read it. Mr. Brower, would you be so kind to wish John Adams and John Scott a happy Jug birthday? They have been coming to the Jug for at least the last 30 years, but with COVID, they are forced to be watching remotely from a small gathering in Nevada, Ohio. Great work today, sir. Thank you, Patrick, and happy birthday to both John and John.
Hey, Dave.
Yes.
I don't know about you, but Don Tiger was telling me he was going to ask me this question before we went down there, a trivia question. And, you just never know.
You never know.
Well, and I told him, I was like, I kind of, and I knew it was going to be fine, but it was just a funny joke because you just never know what some people are going to ask. And then, of course, he asked, and it was, the obvious answer.
It was. Well, thank God you came up with it. I was a little worried there for you a second.
I didn't, but I'm like, this can't be that big of a trick question. Let's roll with it. So I said, Charlie May, right?
Now, some interviews are much more exciting than others. I mean, how great was that with Don?
So great. I mean, I was just going to say that's, when we do this every year, it's so great that we have the opportunities to interview and talk with these type of people and go through experiences like this because that's what makes it fun. That's what it's all about.
Boy, it's going to be a big ride over the next couple of years. I sure hope Charlie May stays healthy and stays sound. We'll find out eventually just how good he is.
For sure. And I like the excitement of staking him next year. I hope he can turn the corner from 2 to 3, and, we're certainly going to find out.
Yeah, it's tough to write those big checks, but there's plenty of commas and zeros in Don's bank account right now.
Real quick, a shout out to Ray France, the Chicken Man. The Chicken Man. He's at home and he can't be here. So Ray, thanks for tuning in. Sorry you can't be here this year, but we'll look forward to seeing you next year. They're coming on the track.
On the track for our first major stakes event of the day. It's the Old Oaken Bucket for the 3-year-old trotting colts and geldings for a purse of almost $84,000.
Horses are on the journey to the post. Sugar Valley Farm Post Parade. The Old Oaken Bucket for 3-year-old trotters, $83,800 up for grabs. And these are the horses. Number 1, McMatters. The driver, Mike Wilder. Number 2 is Bronze Yankee with David Miller. Number 3 is Sans Devant. The driver, Matt Kekele. Number 4, Emma Town Bud. Ronnie Wren Jr. drives. And number 5, Hobbs, Jason Bartlett in the sulky. Win Place Show, Perfecta, Trifecta Wagering on the 5th. Don't be shut out. Wager now.
Thank you very much, Roger. The 5 trotters on the track for the Old Oaken Bucket. Quick message here from trainer Travis Alexander. We prepped Emma Town Bud for his 3-year-old year in Florida. He is a wicked nice horse. Now in the hands of trainer Byron Hooley. Hey, listen, we've got a Hall of Famer hooked up on the headset in the back. It's the one and only Bionic Man. Tim, how's your Jug week going so far?
It's doing good. The weather's been great. It's kind of weird not having any fans here. You forget how great it is to come here and see all the people around, and it's kind of eerie not seeing them out there cheering for us.
Now, we talked about you when you were in the winner's circle earlier with Imagine It. Just roll up that mask so we can see what that says. It's a custom-made model, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
There it is, the Bionic Man. Now, do you have them in different colors? Is it green? Is it yellow? Is it white? Is it all 3? How many do you have?
This one's the only one I have that's got the Bionic Man on it. I got it as a gift, so I wear it when I need to.
Is it a lucky one?
I hope it is. I brought it out for today. We'll find out.
I was going to say, the Little Brown Jug in particular hasn't been your favorite race over the years, but we can change that today, can't we?
It's been one of my favorites. It just hasn't been too nice to me. But I've had some success in it. Had a second and win a couple limbs, but never got the big cheese yet.
All right, we'll talk about War Are We Vital in just a moment or two. But again, when you pulled in that gate in Route 23 for the first time again, describe what you were feeling.
It's just weird. Not seeing the fans and getting to see people, and you see people at the past that you look forward to seeing every year that aren't here, and it's a shame, and it's too sad for the fairgrounds and the horse business.
Now, normally you and Ashley and the family would be here in a camper, right?
Yep, normally we do. This year it's just me coming solo and going to go on after here and go to Hoosier and then go back to East.
I was going to say, so how's that hotel thing working out? You're surviving as well as we out in this particular spot?
Exactly. Exactly, yep.
Hey, listen, I'm joined by the president of the OHHA, Mr. Steve Bateson here, and I've got Wendy Ross alongside. Question for Tim, Steve?
Well, Tim, you know, you're all over the country and in Canada. What do you think the progress has been of these Ohio-bred horses? You drove a very nice one in a very nicely driven race in the second race today, I believe, with Imagine It. What's your thoughts? You've been racing at the Delaware for a number of years. Are we making progress here?
Oh, hands over fist, absolutely. You know, when you have money, the breeding is going to get better. You're going to get better stallions, and you know the breeders are going to invest more in better race mares. So whenever that happens, you get better quality stock on the racetrack, and it's already shown in the state of Ohio.
How many more trips to Ohio have you made this year?
I went to Scioto once. I went to Miami Valley early in the year, but that's been about it.
So you guys will laugh. Last year, do you remember Tim and I drove around on the golf cart and hit the midway. Tim, I don't think we're going to be able to do that this year, but that's okay because I think I kicked your butt on that slide race anyway, didn't I?
Yeah, you always want to win.
The slide race was I didn't really like it, and then we went down the slide. We had some fries and we played some games.
Yeah, it was a good time.
It was fun. Yeah, it was fun. But you know, not being able to do that today. But you know, Tim was such a good sport. You know, last time out, even though he did kind of miss my Zoom call this year, but that's okay because he was mowing the lawn he said he was anyway.
I was mowing grass.
The grass, not the lawn.
Yeah, we've heard a lot of mending fences and mowing grass and things like that. What did you do during the shutdown when you couldn't work? Because I know you're used to going, you know, 100 miles an hour all day.
Yeah, the first couple of weeks I didn't mind it too bad because I got to stay at home. But as it wore on, I was itching to go back and race. So I just did a lot of home jobs. I actually just fixed up some of the run-in sheds and, you know, did a lot of painting and a lot of honeydew jobs. So
honeydew jar. Yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't get into barrel racing with Ashley.
Well, there was no places to go, but we did ride a lot around the house. I have a riding horse, and my daughter loves to ride. So, you know, I've been trying to rope a little bit, and I've got a roping dummy at home, so I've been doing a little bit of that.
Now, don't let him fool you guys. The roping machine in the Tetrick family is Trace Tetrick. He is the roping machine, and he's like part cowboy too, right?
Oh, for sure. Yep. You know, when we was kids, we rode a lot and rode horses all the time, and we did a little roping when we was kids, and for the last 15, 20 years, I've not been able to do it. But the last year or so, I've been trying to practice back up.
Listen, all of us here in Ohio and all of us back in New Jersey, we want to congratulate you again on your selection into Harness Racing's Hall of Fame. We didn't get to have that nice dinner under the tent up in Goshen this year, but how special of a night is it going to be as long as we can do it next summer?
Oh, it'll be great. It's just an honor to be recognized from my peers and people that think that I deserve that spot. So it's a big honor for me.
Tim, one thing I wanted to talk to you about. Earlier today, I saw you had the Tim Tetrick gear on, and it was awesome. He had the Tetrick racing gear, but Winnie from New Vocation, she's reached out to me, and you know, talk about New Vocations a little bit. And how about Ernest, the watch company, or what is it, Ernest Benz?
Ernest Benz, it's a new watch company.
So you have two things you're involved in. New Vocations has always been so great, and you're a huge contributor of that. Now, you guys talked about things we couldn't do this year. The auction that they have for New Vocations in the big tent was not able to be had this year. So
it actually saved me a lot of money.
Well, yeah, so it probably saved a couple people a lot of money. But they are having a fall standardbred giving campaign going on right now. So if anyone is interested, you can donate to the New Vocations and contact 734-320-7918 if you need, and that's to contact Winnie if you need any information. So anyone that couldn't come to the auction because we didn't have it last night, you can still donate to New Vocations, and Tim is such a big component of that, correct?
Oh, absolutely. You know, the aftercare for these racehorses, you know, what they've given me and my family, anything we can do to help them in their years, I want to be able to do that.
All right, you've got two jug drives. Tell them Lou's got a tough post, but tell me about Warrawee Vital. What have you learned about him from trainer Robert Fellows?
You know, they're really impressed with him. They think he's got a great shot, as long as the driver don't mess it up. But you know, all my people from Canada said he's real. He said he's probably your best shot you've ever had in the jug.
I'd have to think so. I watched those two replays, and he couldn't possibly be any sharper. Listen, Tim, thanks very much for joining us. Good luck the rest of the day. Maybe we'll even see you in the winner's circle for the 75th anniversary Little Brown Jug. Thank you, buddy.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Tim.
All right, behind the gate, 3-year-old trotters in the first major stakes of the day on this Little Brown Jug Day. It's the Old Oaken Bucket for $83,800. Here is Roger Houston.
Horses approaching the starting gate. These are the horses from the inside out. Make Matters, Bronze Yankee, Sans Dova, Emmetown Bud and Hobbs on the outside. Old Oaken Bucket Trotters. Here they come. Off and trotting, that's Emmetown Bud. Off stride at the start. Off stride, Bronze Yankee. Getting way on top, Sans Devon. Matt Kakali taking a seat second is Jason Bartlett with Hobbs. Back trotting third. Around the turn they go. It's Bronze Yankee. Fourth, back trotting, but way back is Emmetown Bud. And off stride before the start, McMatters. Jason Bartlett wants the front end, and he's got it with Hobbs. Opening quarter in 28 flat. Racing second is Sans Devon as they race around the turn. Bronze Yankee trots third. Racing fourth, Emmetown Bud, and treading the field as they race over the 3/8 mark. It's McMatters. Appears to be a two-horse battle in this one. On top of the field, it's Hobbs leading the way by a length and a half. Sans Devon right there second, racing third. As they race into the turn, Bronze Yankee halfway home in 57-1. Going to the backside in the 5/8 mark. Emmetown Bud and treading the field. McMatters to the backside and open going to the 3/4 mark. It's Hobbs continuing to lead by a length and a half. Racing second down the backside. Sans Devon closing the gap with every stride is Bronze Yankee third. They're at the 3/4 mark. 1:26-3. 29-2. Third panel. Hobbs and Jason Bartlett the leader, and here comes the challenge. Matt Kakali and Sans Devon on the outside. Now second, head to head, nose to nose, stride for stride as they got 1/8 of a mile to go. Sans Devon on the outside, Hobbs on the inside. Kakali's going to win this one with Sans Devon over Hobbs and Bronze Yankee. 1:55.
So the only filly in the race gets the job done. And I've got a backstory to this one, Steve.
It's Matt Kakali's first drive of the week, right?
I think it was, but Ronnie Burke forgot to enter this one in the bucket on Wednesday.
Yeah, I was just wondering.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking when I did my open, I was like, I thought the bucket was, so this is, okay, this was the old...
If a filly is eligible to the bucket,
okay,
she's
wow.
also eligible to the Old Oaken Bucket if she pays the extra fees, which they did.
Okay.
So he entered her, and I called him. I said, hey, Ronnie, you know, you got the only, I'm just touching base. You got the only filly in there. He goes, oh, geez, I missed the bucket. He goes, oh, yeah, just leave her in the Old Oaken Bucket then. Man, she wins.
Well,
yeah, so it worked out. Well, it turned out to be kind of a match race, actually, but yes.
Start of the race, we lost 3 horses before we got through the first turn, and Kakali just sat there measured behind Jason Bartlett and Hobbs, kind of the heavy favorite, and as they turned for home, Kakali said go, and this filly said yeah.
Yeah, nice win in an $83,000 race. A compact field of 5, which is pretty much down to 2 after the start there.
It could be a stroke of luck for the Burke Brigade here. Winning this, that's a pretty nice notch in the belt, winning the bucket with a filly.
But, you know, Ronnie did not hesitate to put her, once he realized it was the wrong day, he didn't hesitate putting her in here. Obviously has quite a bit of confidence in her, and she reeled off that 155 mile a day for her 5th win of the year.
He shared that with you in confidence, not to share on the broadcast, right?
Hey, it's Ron Burke. He can do whatever he wants.
Well, good way to start for Mr. Kakali.
The home of Lather Up. The winner of the Old Oaken Bucket Trot. Number 3, Sans Devon. Burke Racing Stable, Crawford Farms, J&T Silva, Pernell Libby, Weaver Buscemi, Ron Burke, the trainer. Matt Kakali gets his 23rd winning drive in his racing career at Delaware. Filly by Muscle Hill out of Flawless Lindy. 2 straight wins. Now you got to promise everybody here today, don't repeat this. Don't repeat it. Ron Burke forgot to enter Sans Devon in the bucket. That's why she took on the boys in the bucket. I wonder if he really forgot to enter. Sands Duval, Matt Kakaley beats up on the boys in the old Oaken Bucket.
And there she is, Sands Duval. Open Company Stakes winner against the boys now.
Yes, I have a feeling Wendy's going to key off of your little insight here as Ron heads to be interviewed by Wendy Ross. We'll see his thought process on this.
He didn't seem very upset even to find out that he missed it, though. I think he had confidence. There are your prices. Sands Default 6-1 winner pays $14.80, $4 and $3.60. Hobbs $2.40 and $2.10. The 2 Bronze Yankee $4.40 to show. Perfecta $3.5 for $1 paid $17.70. 50-cent try $3.52 paid $34.95.
Circle. Wendy Ross. And Ron
Thank you very
Burke.
much, Roger. Ronnie, I knew you were going to get over here one of these wins, right? You've been kind of hiding from the winner's circle the last couple days. Where you been?
Yeah, I have a lot to warm up, and this is actually my little break, so I didn't mind coming over with this one. And they asked Ashley, could I go with them? And I said, yeah, I'll do it. I don't care.
Everybody's teasing you. You didn't think, you forgot to enter the fillies, so she ends up with the boys, and I don't know how you did that. You only got about 200 horses to enter a day or through the week, right?
No, I did not forget. I bucket. I don't know. I didn't even look. I just saw bucket and I put her in the race. So I was like, well, whatever. We'll go against the boys. I've said all year, I think the fillies this year are tougher than the colts. So, I've raced the filly against the colts in the Hambo. I'm sure we're going to do it again in the Futurity. Like, it's really, the fillies are tougher. You have Ramona Hill. You have the filly Brian drives, my filly. They're just better than the colts this year, so I don't think it's a big deal to race them anyhow.
Well, you've won a lot of trophies, but you think you said you really are happy with this old Oaken Bucket, that you really liked it as a trophy. So congratulations.
Yeah.
Now this filly's a talented filly. It kind of turned out to be a touch of a match race here, but I think she was still impressive. Where does she go from here?
Yeah, she has everything. She goes Lexington. She has the Breeders' Crown. She's actually kind of she is a full sister to Southwind Frank, that was one of our top horses, and we've had big hopes for her. She got a little kind of lost behind Crucial and Sledge in our barn, but in the last couple weeks she seems to be getting better. First time no shoes today, so she seemed like a little bit even quicker off the gate with that. I was kind of mad at Matt when he didn't park Jason, but then when I was like, oh, what the hell, maybe he does know better than me. So
real quick, see you at the beach in Cattle Wash. Not two favorites going into the jug, but you're in search of that third Little Brown Jug trophy. You don't play. You think you got a shot. You always do.
Cattle Wash I would have loved if he hadn't drawn 7, but David told me, don't worry, he'll figure it out. So if it's not, it's on David. And see you at the beach. He's a high talented horse, and if I have him rigged up right, that we can go through the first turn as fast as we possibly can. He can go fast enough. That's not going to be a problem. It's just getting him through, going the speed that we need to go.
Ronnie, thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Winning trainer, Ronnie Burke.
Results are official. 5th race. Number 1, McMatters, 5. The 2, Bronze Yankee, 3. The 3, Sands Duval, the winner. Number 4, Emmatown Bud, 4. Number 5, Hobbs, 2. Top down, 5, 3, 1, 4, 2 on the bottom. Time of the mile, 1:55. Post time for the upcoming 6th race in 8 minutes. Buckeye Stallion Series 3-year-old filly Pacers. Field of 7. Win, plays, show. Perfecta, try. Superfecta wagering. Don't be shut out. Wager now.
And we have our first live monkey sighting of Jug Week in the stands.
Well, I think that's from the Beaver Brigade,
that
isn't
might
it?
Be.
Amanda Beaver's monkey.
We'll take this short break and come on right back.
Harris Hoosier Park invites you to an exclusive opportunity to bid on a 2021 breeding of the top 6 stallions in harness racing as part of the Breeders' Crown Charity Challenge. The The breedings will be auctioned off at the 2020 Lexington Select Yearling Sale on October 6th at 6:45 p.m. at the Fannsick-Tipton Sales Pavilion. All proceeds of the Breeders' Crown Charity Challenge will be donated to charity. Join us in person or bid online at www.lexingtonselected.com.
With more than 300,000 horses in Ohio, the economic impact of the equine industry in the state is over $2.8 billion. Much of that value comes from standardbred horse owners, breeders, trainers, and drivers who participate in the sport of harness racing. The mission of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association is to preserve, protect, promote, and serve the entire standardbred industry in Ohio and beyond. To learn more about the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association, go to ohha.com. That's ohha.com.
Horse racing is a great sport, and now you can have a horse in the race. Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning horse ownership experience. Purchase as little as 1% of a racehorse and pay a set monthly fee. No surprises, modest investment, low risk, and completely accessible and transparent operations. TheStable.ca offers a unique, engaging racehorse ownership experience and features great customer service and consistent updates about your horse. Our innovative video production team tracks your horse's training progress, and clients are encouraged to visit the horses at any time. TheStable.ca is right for harness racing, and if you want to have a horse in the race, it's right for you too. For more information about The Stable, email Anthony at thestable.ca or call 519-400-4263.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1974, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com. Most orders shipped that day, or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
BMI Federal Credit Union is here for all your lending needs, whether buying a car, paying for college, or starting your family. Let BMI Federal Credit Union help turn your dreams into reality. With our first-time homebuyer program, adjustable or fixed-rate mortgage loans, and personalized member service, now is a great time to purchase or refinance. Our loan specialists will work with you each step of the way. Learn more at bmifcu.org or contact us at 800-233-6880. Let's make it happen together.
And we're back at the Delaware County Fairgrounds. A look back near the paddock. Looks like Tim Tetrick and Chris Page checking out the program.
Yeah, quick call out. I think you guys have done this, but a call out to a couple of those sponsors. Big D's in Streetsboro, providing all the tack and hardware and necessities that horsemen need, and pet owners. Streetsboro, Ohio. Trish Cross does an excellent job up there in answering questions and providing overnight service for all those needs. And the stable, Dossier, Anthony McDonald, what a nice job yesterday to close out the Delaware week, winning a Breeders' Championship with My Jazz. Bought 9 Ohio breds last Friday at the Ohio Select Sale. He's targeting to buy 20, so if you're interested in getting in the horse business, My Stable Dossier.
And also, hard to believe, Big D's, vet and tack supply, multi-million-dollar business now. Started out as a tack shop on Northfield's backstretch.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
They still supply the backstretch, don't they? Still have, you can buy
There's
tack?
still a Northfield tack shop. I'm not sure if it's his or not, but I'm sure some of their products are for sure.
Sure. Here's the selections from the previous, or for this next race. Roger likes a 7, Dave the 3, Wendy the 3. Post Parade.
Sugar Valley Farm Post Parade. Buckeye Stallion Series 3-year-old filly pacers. Number 1, Contrato with Brett Miller. Number 2, Rock My World TL. Ken Holiday, the driver. Stepping onto the track, the 3, Odds On Athens with Peter Rad. Number 4, McAir Guitar, the driver, Hunter Myers. Number 5, Tiny Bit of Sky with Tim Tetrick. Number 6 is She Hit the High Note, Jeff Nysonger. And number 7, Hoochie Girl, Tyler Smith in her sulky. Win, play, show, perfecta, trifecta, superfecta wagering on the 6th. Don't be shut out. Wager now.
All right, those are the horses for the 6th. Early even money favorite here is Hoochie Girl in this Buckeye Stallion Series 3-year-old filly pace. We're going to head back to the paddock shortly with the guy driving one of the favorites in this year's Little Brown Jug, Mike Wilder.
Excellent.
Well, I can't wait to talk to Mike.
Yeah.
I just received a, okay.
Oh, he's ready. Okay.
Hey, Mike, it's Wendy with Steve Bates and Dave Bianconi. How you doing back there?
Great. How are you guys?
Hey, Mike.
Hey.
Fantastic. Of course, we're only a couple hours away now from one of the biggest races you'll ever drive, Mike Little Brown Jug. And I know you've driven in it before, but this time you've got the morning line favorite in Catch the Fire. Talk about your thoughts going in.
Oh, my thoughts are good going in. You know, I've driven him now for the last year and a half. I love the colt, and you know, I'm excited every time I get to drive him. He's a pretty special horse, and I'm looking forward to the moment.
We had a chance to talk the other night. I mean, he raced so well in the Adios, Elim, and Final, hanging on with 49 and change performances in both of those miles. Came to the Milstein at my place, unfortunately, did not race well in his next start, and then was a little off at the Red Mile in the Kentucky Sire Stakes. I know you and John Ackley spoke then, and the horse went on Lasix, and it seemed to make a difference his last start.
Yeah, it sure did. It really made a difference. I mean, like being said, he is a nice colt, but he needed added Lasix, and he raced tremendous on a really bad racetrack that day. So I really feel very confident today, and I think he's coming in true form. I got to speak with John a little bit this morning, and he said he's been good all week.
And, you know, that race at the Red Mile was a Kentucky Sire Stakes leg back on September 13th. He closed well, finished second to the best horse in the division, Tall Dark Stranger.
Yeah, Tall Dark Stranger. I mean, he's like the top horse in the country right now, 3-year-old pacers, and my horse was closing in on him pretty hard. So, like I said, I hope he can come back today and be just as sharp, because I think that's as sharp as he's been all year. Even though he won the Adios, he was very sharp his last start.
Dave, you know, Catch the Fire, I got to hang with him today in the Jug Barn and take some photos with him. And he, you know, Mike, he's not a huge horse. He's not. Nah. And but he's you can just tell by the look in his eye, like, how gritty he is, and he's just a good horse, you know. But he's definitely small. And then I went down, then I checked out War We Vital, and he's a giant. And I actually said to myself, I was like, David versus Goliath here. It kind of is, all right? Wouldn't you say that Vital horse is a big horse?
Yeah, you know, my horse, he isn't big by size, but you know, when you sit behind him, he travels like a big horse, and that's what makes him so special. Not only does, you know, he's just true grit and got the greatest attitude in the world, he's very flawless gaited, and I think that's where everything comes into play for that horse.
Now, Mike, you had a surprise today. What was the surprise?
I had a surprise today.
Well, didn't somebody show up today that wasn't supposed to be here?
Yeah, yes, my one daughter. She's supposed to be in school this morning there, but she just come out of nowhere. But I would expect nothing less from my crew. You know, they're always full of surprises, but I'm so glad they're here. My family's here, my wife, my 2 daughters, and couldn't be a better day.
Team Wilder, Team Altmaier Wilder.
You bet.
Mike, it's a big day being a Buckeye, coming back here for the Jug, having one of the favorites, having all your family here. You know, we talk about Catch the Fire, maybe isn't the biggest animal, but he certainly is a big-hearted horse, and even when he wasn't 100%, he gave it his all. I would expect nothing less today. I wish Charles Taylor the best of luck, and he admittedly said, I'm a little nervous today. I'm a little nervous, and I don't think, unfortunately, Charles couldn't make it up here to watch Catch the Fire, but I think a big chunk of Ohio is pulling hard for you and Catch the Fire.
Yeah, I've had a lot of people wishing me luck, and you know, I'm just hoping for the best. And it's great connections, you know, with everybody with the horse, the owner, caretaker, trainer, everybody involved. It's been really a heck of a ride, and we're just hoping for the best today. And like I said, I can't wait for the opportunity.
And Mike, we spoke the other night. You know, you've been one of the top catch drivers at the Meadows and back into Ohio for years. But you've also, you know, done a lot of training with your father-in-law, Dan Altmaier. And I understand you're going to take a shot this winter and go down to Florida with the babies yourself.
Yeah, actually after the Harrisburg sale, which they're holding in Maryland this year, a couple days after the sale, we get all of our babies bought up at Lexington and there. Me and my wife and one daughter are heading south for 4 months and take a hand at training the youngsters and